This conference will now be
Okay.
recorded.
So then, in that case, so why is
Mhm.
this different? The cloud technology has been coming up. Right? There is a Snowflake, Azure, AWS, and
Mhm.
some Apache Airflow. So, what is the significant difference when compared to this?
Yeah, so there are several parameters to decide which cloud we are going to use for the project. Consider one example that for the ETL only. So for the ETL only, so many clouds are there. Okay,
Mhm.
like you can say AWS is there, Athena is there, data warehouse is there. Like that, there are so many clouds are there. But it completely depends upon, you can say, the data flow. Imagine that if my data flow is a bit lesser. Okay, it's bit lesser. Consider example that you are working for the ETL project and for the retail domain. Okay, so for the retail domain, definitely data flow will happen, but it will not be that much high compared to the banking domain. In the
Okay.
banking domain, a very high volume of data flow will happen. Correct.
Right.
But in the retail domain, there also data flow will happen, but not very
Right.
high compared to banking domain. So if we are going to use a very high volume of the data, very high volume of the data, at that time AWS is a better option, Athena is the better option, data warehouse is a better option. Okay, but if we have a low volume of data, then rather than using these cloud, we can use some different clouds like clouds like SSIS is also one of the types of cloud, only version of the cloud, so that we can use there also it can be done. So it will impact the price also. The price
Mm-hmm.
of the data warehouse, AWS, Athena is very, you can say, high. Why? Because it handles a very high volume of the data. The quality, you can say, normal language, you can say the quality. They are charging the prices for the quality only. Okay, so that's why it is not mandatory. Imagine that you are working in Wipro and you are working as a ETL tester and working for the banking domain. Maybe you are using at that time AWS. Maybe you are using data warehouse. But on the same manner, one of your friend is also there who is working in the Wipro only for the ETL only. Okay, so that doesn't mean that he too will be using the same cloud. In the same organization, multiple clouds they can use. But what it doesn't matter, whatever the cloud they will be using or we will be using, that cloud will only be used for extracting the data and loading the data. For the ETL perspective, that is the only usage. Okay, we are not doing any architectural part in the cloud. We are not making any, you can say, the just size increasing or decreasing for that cloud. That will not be our part. Those all parts will be taken care by the database architecture or data modular, not by the ETL tester. We will be using that one. Okay, so that is the thing. So many clouds are there. It completely depends which cloud will be compatible or what will be the data volume, what is the data flow, or what is the budget of the client. Budget also matters a lot. Okay, so these are the several parameter, but main parameter is the data flow.
Data flow. Okay. The complete process of the ETL process is same as the data warehouse which we are processing. The same.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, because imagine that previously you guys have seen those who were working since close to 10 year 12-year back or even though 7 8 years also. So you guys have seen that earlier in the organization everyone were using Outlook.
Right.
Correct. Outlook they were using, but now if you will go for organization, so close to 20 to 30% of the organization they have been moved to the Gmail.
Okay.
Yes, that is the truth. They have moved to the Gmail. So
So
they are, so doesn't matter whether you are using the Gmail or doesn't matter they are using the Outlook. Step will be same only, composition part will be same only, inbox sent item will be same only. Correct. Sent
right.
received will be same only, attaching the file will be same only. On the same manner over here also. Doesn't matter which cloud we are going to use or we are using in any of the project, the entire process will be same to same only.
Okay. One extend to that same question. So, what is the? I mean, we are not going to explain these things in our
No, no,
session
definitely.
videos. Azure
Mhm.
Data Bricks and in what else? Data Factory. So
Azure
something like.
Databricks and Data Factory. Yes,
Right.
those all are used for keeping the data. Azure is one of the
Okay.
cloud only that is also used for keeping and storing the data, high volume of the data. Same like the, you
Okay.
can say performance wise, it is same as like data warehouse, close to
Okay.
same, but higher capacity is data warehouse.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense. Thank you. Thanks so much.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Now, so now guys, now we are going to continue. Okay, so in the last yesterday we have seen the demo session, and now guys today we are going to continue with the things. So yesterday one topic we have discussed, what is data warehouse. Now in the sequence we will go. Okay, so as per the sequence, first we will cover the data warehouse topic, and I had discussed that yesterday it will be 2.5 day of topic. So now what is data warehouse we are done, and now serial wise we will do. Okay, so next point is, what is the difference between data warehouse and web application project lifecycle? So first understand what do you mean by lifecycle. Okay, what do you mean by lifecycle? So guys, if I will ask from you people that what is the life cycle of butterfly, then what you will say? You will say the life cycle of butterfly is, first it will be pupa, from the pupa it will become caterpillar, and from the caterpillar it will become butterfly. Okay, if I will ask from you people that what is the life cycle of human being, then you will say first it will be infant. Infant means 2 years and below kids are called infant. So first it will be infant, infant to kid, kid to young, young to adult, adult to old, and then very old. Correct. So this is the life cycle of human being. So what do you mean by life cycle? So non-technically you guys can say the default procedure which needs to be get followed and none of the steps can be skipped is called life cycle. Means which is pupa now, so tomorrow it cannot become butterfly. Before that it needs to be get converted to caterpillar. On the same manner, which is infant today. Okay, 2 years and below kids are infant. So which is infant today, tomorrow they cannot become very old. Before that, they have to convert to kid, to young, to adult, to old, and then very old. Correct. So this is the life cycle. So what do you mean by life cycle? So the default procedure which needs to be get followed and none of the steps can be skipped, that is called life cycle. Okay, so that is fine. Now, what do you mean by web application project lifecycle? So, guys, traditionally, any of the project will start with the requirement and it will end with the data. Okay, so what does it mean? So, consider one example that Flipkart is a new company which is going to launch. So, for that, what they will need it, guys? So, they will need one website. Correct. So imagine that one day the Flipkart people came and contacted your company. Then from the Wipro, who will contact? Who will be the first point of contact? Business analyst. So imagine that they have contacted the business analyst and they told that I want to have one website. It should be yellow in color. It should display all the products which I am going to sell. It should display MRP and all the things. These all details they had given. Then what the business analyst will do? So guys, business analyst will note down all the requirement in Word file or Notepad file or PDF file. They will note it down. Technically, that file is called BRD document, business requirement document. Okay, and that document will be circulated to the entire team who is going to work on that project. Okay, so who will come into the picture first? So guys, definitely the website designing team or PHP team, they will come into the picture. Imagine that they came into the picture and they have created the website. After that, what will happen? After that, manual tester or automation tester, they will come into the picture. So what they will do? So imagine that they have done the testing and the website is ready to launch. And imagine that it is launched. After that, what will happen? So the moment website got launched, so imagine that Dipti saw that yes, Flipkart is a new site which is offering a laptop at a very good price. So I should order one laptop. Hema saw that yes, Flipkart is a new site which is offering mobile phone at a very good price. So I should order one mobile phone. Okay. So guys, the moment these people will order the products from the Flipkart, what the Flipkart will ask? Flipkart will ask, what is your name? What is your email ID? What is your phone number? What at what address do you want to get it delivered? Okay, how many laptop you want, how many mobile phone you want, what will be your mode of payment. So these all details the Flipkart will ask. So the moment these people will fill all these detail, at that time these all detail will get saved into the Flipkart database in tabular format. In the tabular format, it will get saved. Okay, now take a pause. So here what happened? So guys, the web application project lifecycle. So here it started with the requirement and it get ended with the data. Means what? It started with the requirement. What was the requirement? Create website. And then it ended with the data. How it got ended with the data? The moment Dipti and Hema they started ordering the products from the Flipkart and the data got generated. Okay, so that is its ending point. So in the web application project lifecycle, first the team will get the requirement and then they will get the data. But in the data warehouse, guys, it will be completely reverse. In the data warehouse or in the ETL lifecycle, it will be completely reverse. Reverse means what? Means first here we will get the data and then we will get the requirement. How come it is possible? So guys, yesterday what we have discussed? So yesterday we have discussed that as a ETL tester, we will always get a chance to work on the historical data. Correct? So imagine that Hema and Dipti has ordered the product today only. Okay. The moment these people have ordered the product today, so technically it will be called as current data. And the moment it will become historical data, these data will be sent to us. So technically it is historical data. And like Dipti and Hema, so many people have ordered the products from the Flipkart. So many people have ordered laptop, fridge, TV, cooler, AC, washing machine, helmet, helicopter. So many things they have ordered. Correct. Yesterday. So today it become historical data, and that historical data will be sent to us. Okay, and then we will get the requirement. What requirement we will get, guys? So here we will get the requirement. Like Manu will get the requirement. Please maintain the data only for laptop because he has received master data. It contains all the information for TV, fridge, AC, cooler, washing machine. Okay, so Manu get the requirement. Please maintain only data for the laptop. Swati got the requirement. Yeah, please maintain only data for the mobile phone. Bhanu got the requirement. Yeah, please maintain only data for the helmet. Okay, so like that, we will get the requirement. So that is the thing. So in the data warehouse, first we will get the data and then we will get the requirement. And in the web application project lifecycle, first those team, they will get the requirement and then they will receive the data. Okay, so that is the difference between data warehouse and web application project lifecycle. Okay, now anyone, any question for this part? Okay, silence means no question. Then now guys, types of database. So what do you mean by, first understand what do you mean by database? So database means guys the collection of information. The collection of information is called database. Imagine Dave has Dave is a very good photographer. Okay, so imagine that he is taking so many photos from his mobile phone. Venkatesh is a owner of Big Bazaar. Whatever the sales is going on, so all the record he is maintaining in his computer. Subhada is the owner of one medical shop. So whatever the sales is going on, imagine that he is maintaining in the in his notebook. Okay, so for him, that notebook will be the database. For Venkatesh, that laptop or that computer is the database. Okay, for Dev, that mobile phone is the database. So guys, the moment if in the interview they will ask the question, what do you mean by database? Guys, at that time we cannot say Dev mobile is a database, Venkatesh notebook is a database. Okay, Subhada laptop is the database. So what do you mean by database? So database means the collection of information. The collection of information is called database. That information, guys, it can be in any format, maybe digital format, maybe hard copy format. Digital format means what? Means you can say, so Subhada was the owner of Big Bazaar. Whatever the sales was going on, she was maintaining in his computer only. Correct. So that computer data is the digital database. But on the same manner, the moment Venkatesh was maintaining the information, for his medical shop where he was maintaining. So guys, he was maintaining the data, or he was maintaining his data in the notebook. So for him, that is the database. So technically, that is the hard copy form. So it doesn't matter in which form, the collection of information is called database. Okay, and that database is categorized in two different format. One, normal database, another, data warehouse. Okay, first one is normal database, another one is a data warehouse. So in the normal database, guys, what type of data we used to keep? So generally, in the normal database, the team used to keep current data. Team used to keep the current data. Imagine the moment people will order the products from the Flipkart, Subha and Diksha has ordered the product from the Flipkart, correct? When they have ordered today only. So that type of data will be called current data, and current data will be maintained into the normal database. Consider one example that Dev. Dev is having bank account in the ICICI bank. He is doing some cash withdrawal. So today he has done a cash withdrawal of 500 rupees. So technically the data will be generated and where it will be maintained. So guys, for today, it will be maintained into the normal database. And the moment it will become historical data, when it will become historical data, so guys, tomorrow only. So the moment it will become historical data, that data will be sent to the data warehouse. So in the data warehouse, we used to maintain historical data. In the normal database, we used to keep current data, but not mandatory. As per ETL perspective only. As per ETL perspective, in the normal database, we are keeping current data. In the data warehouse, we are keeping historical data. So imagine today Dev has done a cash withdrawal of 500 rupees. So that was generated, it was in the normal database. Next day, it has been moved to the data warehouse. Who will move? We are responsible. ETL testers are responsible. And how to do that, I will show you guys with practical. Okay. So imagine that they had the data was moved. So that is fine. Imagine that since 1 year, on the daily basis, they was doing a transaction. Sometimes 100 rupees, sometimes 200 rupees, sometimes 10,000 rupees, sometimes 2,000 rupees, as per his requirement. Imagine that on the daily basis he is doing transaction. So guys, the day when he was doing the transaction, and for that day, the data was in the normal database. Next day, where it is getting moved? So it is getting moved to the data warehouse. So after 1 year, what will be the data volume in the normal database? One record, non-technically can say, today he has done one transaction. So one record will be there. In the data warehouse, how much data will be there? Close to 365 record, because since 1 year he was doing the transaction. Correct. So this example, guys, I had given just for your illusion purpose. Yeah, this example I had given you for your illusion purpose only. Don't take it granted for that normal database will have one record and data warehouse will have 365 record. Just for your illusion purpose, for the comparison, that you guys can do the comparison, that in the normal database, what will be the data volume, in the data warehouse, what will be the data volume. Imagine that since 2 years he's doing a cash withdrawal. Then in the data warehouse, total close to 730 record will be there. In the normal database, maybe today he has done one, two, or maximum three transactions. Correct. So now you can see normal database, what is the data volume? Data warehouse, what is the data volume? In the real time scenario, data volume in the normal database will always be lesser compared to data warehouse. In the data warehouse, data volume will be very, very high. Why? Because it maintains all the historical data. It maintains all the historical data. Consider one example. Imagine that you guys are working for the banking project, Standard Chartered Bank. So guys, today so much transaction has been happened. Imagine from one branch, MG Road branch, so much transaction has been happened. How many transaction has been happened? Imagine that 1,000 transaction has been happened. Somebody has done ATM withdraw, cash withdraw, Google Pay, Phone Pay, online banking. By any means, imagine close to 1,000 transactions happened. That is 1 day transaction. Next day, it was getting moved to the data warehouse. After 1 month, how many data will be there from this calculation? So guys, from this calculation, it will be close to 30,000 record. 30,000 record will be there. Okay, it will be close to 30,000 record will be there. What about after 1 year? So guys, after 1 year, you can imagine that in the normal database, only 1,000 records for today, just rough example, and in the data warehouse, close to 365,000. Technically, you can say 3,65,000 record will be there. Okay, so in the real time scenario, normal database data volume will be very lesser. In the data warehouse, data volume will be very, very high. The storage capacity of the normal database will be very lesser. Here, the storage capacity, guys, it will be from MB to GB size of the data will be there. MB to GB size of the data will be there. But in the data warehouse, GB to TB size of the data will be there. GB to TB size of the data it can maintain. Okay. Now, here one interview question is there. Okay, before that, anyone have any question? What is normal database and what is data warehouse? And where the current data will be there, where the historical data will be there. You are using which database? Okay, any question? Okay, silence means no question. Then guys, here one interview question is there. He will, in the interview, the interviewer will ask that in your current project, which database you are using, which database you are using. So here you can say, we are using data warehouse. Then they will say, why you are using data warehouse? Why you are not using normal database? Imagine that if I will send you 100 records in a table, I have given you 100 records. Those 100 records you can maintain in the normal database also. Those 100 records you can maintain in the data warehouse also. Then why you are using data warehouse in your project? Why not the normal database? Then what will be your answer? How you have to handle the situation? So you have to say that yes, that is the truth. Those 100 records we can maintain in the normal database also, as well as in the data warehouse also. But the concern is data flow will not stop after 100 records. Imagine that in the banking project, today 100 record has been generated. That doesn't mean that from tomorrow onwards, no data will be generated. Definitely data will generate. Okay, so those 100 records we can maintain anywhere. That is not a problem. But next day again data flow will happen. Next day again data flow will happen. Imagine that the normal database here the storage size was lesser. MB to GB size of the data it can maintain. Correct. So here normal database will get full faster. But if we will be using data warehouse, the data warehouse capacity is very, very high so that it can handle a high volume of data. That's why we are using the data warehouse because the storage capacity of data warehouse will be from GB to from GB to TB size of the data it can maintain. Okay. Now, anyone, any question? Okay. Silence means no question. Then here you can see, just for your understanding also, here I have mentioned why business intelligence team they are using the data warehouse rather than maintaining rather than using the normal database to pull the historical data. What is the difference between database and data warehouse? While both of them will have the same table, same data, same constant, and same index. Okay, then what will be your answer? Your answer will be due to storage capacity only. Due to storage capacity only, we are using the data warehouse. Okay, now there are some technical differences are also there, like for the normal database and data warehouse. What is the difference? What is the technical difference? So the technical difference, guys, here you can see. Normal database is used for OLTP. It will be used for OLTP. And data warehouse is used for OLAP. What is OLTP and what is OLAP? That we will discuss over here, guys. It is one complete topic. Okay. So that is the thing. Now, so normal database, it is used for OLTP and data warehouse, it is used for OLAP. Here in the normal database, tables and joins will be complex. It follows ER modeling. It is optimized for write operation. Performance is very low for the analysis queries. But for the data warehouse, it is used for OLTP. Here and tables and joins are simple. It follows DM modeling techniques. Okay, it is optimized for read operation and performance is very, very high for the analytical queries. So that is the thing. Now, here one more question they can ask. Have you ever designed normal database or data warehouse? Then what you have to say? No, we didn't design. We are using that. Okay, these all database doesn't matter normal database or data warehouse. This one will be designed by the database architecture and data modular. They are responsible for designing the normal database or data warehouse. We are using that one. Consider one example. Imagine that anyone will ask from you that how you are communicating with the Isha technologies. Then what you will say? You will say through WhatsApp. Okay. So they will ask that have you ever designed WhatsApp? Then what you will say? No, I didn't design the WhatsApp. I'm using WhatsApp. On the same manner over here also. We never designed the normal database or data warehouse. It will be designed by database architecture or data modeler. We are using that one. Okay. Now anyone, any question, guys?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, do you will be explaining the ER modeling technique and the other one
No,
also?
no. That is not actually the part of ETL. That is a part of architecture. ER
So
modeling?
we should know about it.
No. Just a light knowledge means which one is used for data warehouse. So for the data warehouse, DM modeling is used. For the normal database, ER modeling is used. If you know, well and good. If you even though you don't know, then also not a problem because technically it is a part of architecture.
Architecture. Okay.
Architecture.
And one more question: will you be sending this document to us, the one
Definitely
which
it is.
you?
Definitely it is for you people only. I
Okay.
didn't kept it for the decoration purpose. It is for the candidate only. Definitely you will get it,
Okay.
including software also. You just contact the Kumar. He will guide you for the same.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, sure,
Mm.
no problem. Now, so now guys, next point is data mart. So guys, what is the data mart? So data mart is nothing. Observe. Data mart is what? Data mart is nothing. It is a specific subject-oriented repository of the data designed to answer a very specific question for a very specific set of user. Okay, so an organization could have multiple data marts serving the needs this that. Okay, no problem. Just understand the data mart in a normal language. So guys, what is the data mart? So data mart is nothing. It is a specific subject-oriented. What does it mean? So just try to recall yesterday's class, which we have discussed in the data warehouse. Okay, so same example we will consider. So imagine that you guys are working in Wipro for the client Johnson and Johnson. So guys, Johnson and Johnson is having so many products are there. So imagine that Bhanu is maintaining the data for Johnson and Johnson baby oil, and Dipti is maintaining the data for Johnson and Johnson baby cream. So if we will go to the Dipti. Dipti, can you please confirm what is the sales going on for Johnson and Johnson baby oil? What Dipti will say? Dipti will say, I have no idea. I'm maintaining the data for Johnson and Johnson baby cream. On the same manner, if we will go for Bhanu, so Bhanu, can you please confirm what is the sales going on for Johnson and Johnson uh, baby cream? What he will say? He will say, I have no idea. I'm maintaining the data for Johnson and Johnson baby oil. So you guys can see both of them are working in the same organization. Both of them are working for the same client, Johnson and Johnson. But then also they are not aware about each other's information. So technically the data which is getting maintained by Bhanu, that is one subject. That is one subject. Or you can say that is Bhanu's data mart. Okay, the data which is getting maintained by Dipti, that is one subject, that is Johnson and Johnson baby cream, or you can say Johnson and Johnson baby data mart, or The data which was getting maintained by Bhanu, that is Johnson and Johnson baby oil data mart. So that is what? So that will contain the information related to one subject only. Apart from that, it doesn't contains any information. Technically, that is called subject oriented. So what is subject oriented? So subject oriented means the information related to very particular subject only is called subject oriented. So the data which was getting maintained by Bhanu, that is Bhanu's data mart. The data which is getting maintained by Dipti, that is Dipti's data mart. Okay, and it is a repository of the data designed to answer a very specific question for a very specific set of user. It means what? Means from the Dipti, you are supposed to ask only that question for what she is responsible. Means she was maintaining the data for Johnson and Johnson baby cream. So apart from that, apart from cream information, if you will ask anything, she will not able to give the answer. Why she will not? Because she is not maintaining the data. On the same manner, from the Bhanu, you are supposed to ask only those questions for what he is responsible. Apart from that, if you will ask anything, then he will have no idea. Why? Because he is not maintaining that data. So not maintaining that data, that is fine. But if the same message they will pass to client, then what will happen? The client will become very angry. He will say, what is this? Whenever I'm asking any question from these people, they are telling I have no idea, I'm not responsible. Then what is the solution? Then the solution is, guys, end of the day. End of the day, Dipti and Bhanu, both of them will load the data into a single place. That single place is called data warehouse. So what is the data warehouse? So data warehouse is nothing. It is a collection of data mart. What is the data mart? So data mart is nothing. It is a repository of the data warehouse. Repository means few information, you can say non-technically. Okay. Now, so that is the part. On the same manner, how we can relate it to the one basic example. So imagine that you guys are working in Wipro. So in the Wipro, there are so many departments are there: HR department, networking department, marketing department, and so on. So what type of data HR team will maintain? So guys, HR will maintain only those data for what they are responsible: employee ID, employee name, and the salary. On the same manner, what type of data IT team will maintain? So they will maintain employee ID, employee name, and the software information. If you will go to the IT team and you will ask how much salary Vinay is getting, what they will say, I have no idea. I am not maintaining salary information. On the same manner, if you will go to HR team and you will ask which software Vinay is using, so what they will say, I have no idea. I am not maintaining software information. I am maintaining salary information. So here you can see, guys, from the HR team, what question you are supposed to ask. So you are supposed to ask only those questions for what they are responsible. Means very specific question. Apart from that, they will not able to answer anything. Okay, so technically HR is maintaining one subject data, that is called subject oriented. In the another language, you can say that is HR data mart or salary data mart. On the same manner, the data which is getting maintained by IT team, that is one subject. So you can say that is IT data mart, or in the another language, you can say software data mart. And end of the day, imagine that both the team, what they have to do. So imagine that both the team, they have to load the data into a single place. Okay, so that single place is called data warehouse. So what is data warehouse? So data warehouse is nothing. It is a collection of data mart. What is data mart? So data mart is nothing. It is a repository of data warehouse. Okay, and for the data warehouse, direct access will be given to the client. So if the client needed to have the information of Johnson and Johnson baby oil, they need not to contact Dipti or Dev. Directly they can get it from there. Okay, so that is the thing. Now anyone, any question?
Yeah. This data mart will have only single table, or how it
Subject,
is like.
single table, single subject information.
Okay, only single table will be available.
No,
And
no, no,
how
not mandatory. Imagine that HR department is there. Okay, so HR department will not maintain only single table. Imagine that they are maintaining the table in a department wise, like IT department salary information, marketing department salary information, networking department salary information. For every team, maybe they have maintained in a different table. Maybe they have a master table where they are keeping all the data in a single place. So it is not mandatory that they will have one table or multiple table, maybe one table, maybe multiple table, but that will be subject oriented only. Whatever the data will be there for the HR team, all the table doesn't matter one table is there or five table is there, it will maintain only salary information. Okay.
and how does it data flows, like whether it is going first to the database and then data warehouse, or how it is
No, the flow will be from the data mart to data warehouse, it will go.
directly.
Yes,
Then
directly. And for that
like
we are
for
responsible. Mhm,
yeah, for the current data, like for the OLTP, this
mhm.
data mart,
Okay. No,
how it will
see,
interact.
the beginning will be first it will be in the OLTP. Okay,
Okay.
technically, first it will be in the OLTP, then it will move to the data mart, and then it will be moved to the data warehouse. Data warehouse will
Ah,
be the last.
okay. Yeah,
Okay,
makes sense.
and normal database will be the first because today the data was generated. So where it will be kept in the normal database only, it will be. Then from the
Mm,
normal database, it will be moved to the data mart, and from the data mart, it will be moved to the data warehouse.
okay. Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. Now anyone else also having any question? Okay, silence means no question. Then guys, I have a question for every one of you. So just now we have discussed about data mart, and yesterday we had discussed about data warehouse. Now you guys have to tell me what is the difference between data mart and data warehouse. So you try to recall the things. For your reference, you can refer the below notes which is getting displayed on the screen for your reference. Okay. For this, I will give you guys 3 minutes of time. This is 9:09. Consider 9:10. So up to 9:10. So up to 9:13, I will give you the time. Try to recall, and then you guys have to tell me the answer. For this time, I will just pause the recording. Otherwise, simply blank will get recorded. Okay. Now, observe the things.
This conference will now be recorded.
Now, anyone, can you please take the attempt? Even though one two line answer will also be fine. What you understand and what you feel. What is the difference between data mart and data warehouse? Anyone? Bhanu, Dipti, Dev, Hema, Isha, Manu, Subhada, Venkatesh.
Uh,
Um,
I feel that data mart is a subset of the data warehouse.
Yes, that is the correct answer. That is the correct one.
and data mart is like a repository for the data warehouse,
Mhm.
whereas the data warehouse access the data mart, but data mart cannot access the data warehouse.
Yes. So that is also the correct answer. That is the.
Data mart
Mhm.
Data mart can be we can it is easy to build and we can access it very quickly,
Mhm.
very fast access. But for the data warehouse, it takes a time when compared to the data mart.
Yes, exactly. Because in the data warehouse, a high volume of the data will be maintained, so their designing part will be complex. And in the data mart, a small volume of data is maintained, very subject oriented. Okay, so the designing part of data mart is easy compared to data warehouse. Yeah, that is the correct answer. Now,
Just a question. Do
mhm.
we store data in schemas in data mart? Like,
Schema, yes, schema will be in the data mart. Schema
okay,
will be in the data mart. Because data mart is what? Data mart will contain very subject oriented information. Okay,
yeah,
how the information will be there? It will be in the tabular format only. Correct.
correct.
And tabular format will not contain only one table. It may be 5 table, 50 table, 500 table. if the project is running since more than 10 years, 20 years. Banking project used to run, correct? Because regular basis data flow will happen. So definitely it will be in the tabular format only. So high volume of table will also be there in the data mart. So schema, technically, what is schema? The schema is nothing, the collection of table. The collection of table is called
Mhm.
schema.
Yeah,
Okay, no problem.
thank you.
Welcome. Now, anyone else also want to take the attempt? What is the difference? Okay. Silence means no question. So data mart is what, guys? So data mart is nothing. It will contain subject oriented information and it is a repository of the data warehouse. Data warehouse on the bigger scale, it will be it will contain subject oriented information. It is a collection of data mart and data mart is repository of data warehouse. Okay. So that is the thing. No problem. Now, one more topic
I
we will.
have one question.
Mhm.
Uh, do we access for ETL process? Do we access the data mart, or do we
Yes,
access the?
yes. No, we will have the access for both because from the data mart, we are responsible to move the data into the data warehouse.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we will
Yeah.
have the access for both.
Okay. Thank you.
And Vishnu,
Thank you. Hmm.
yeah, so you mentioned that the subject oriented. So whether it can be any department that
Hmm.
can be treated as data mart, though, right?
Correct, correct, correct.
Okay. So if there's a collection of data marts, it's nothing but a data,
Warehouse,
right?
correct. No problem. So now, mm-hmm.
Vinay, you mentioned here data mart is designed for middle management. That is
Mid
us or
us only, us, we are.
okay.
Okay, middle
Okay.
management because we fall under middle management as well as higher management also. Higher management in the sense of maintaining the data. Okay, higher man because what access we will have for the data warehouse, so we will have the access to load the data. That much access we will have for the data warehouse. So we fall under, you can say, middle management as well as higher management also. Okay, now guys, so next topic is we are going to see OLTP versus OLAP. So what is OLTP? What is OLAP? So OLTP, you can say it is nothing, normal database, and and OLAP is data warehouse. So the features of the OLTP is that it will be have online transaction processing and it handles day-to-day transactional and operation of the business. Day-to-day transactional data. OLTP system handle day-to-day transactional data, means technically you can say current data. OLTP system stores, update, and retrieve operational data. What do you mean by operational data? Operational data are those type of data which is used to run the business. Okay, and OLTP systems are highly normalized. So for better understanding, I had mentioned in the tabular format. So the property of OLTP and OLAP. Response time. So guys, response time in the OLTP, it will be second to second. In the OLAP, it will be second to minute. Why and how? So guys, in the OLTP, we will have low volume of data. And if data volume is lesser, then it will respond faster. Okay, so that's why it will respond, it will take second to seconds time. But in the OLAP data warehouse, here we will have a high volume of data. Here we will have high volume of data. So if the data volume is very, very high, then it used to take a longer time to response. Okay, so consider one day-to-day example. Imagine that I am taking offline class. Okay, and you guys are sitting in a class and I came for taking the class. But I had missed my laptop in my home only. So I asked Venkatesh, can you please go to my home and bring the laptop? So what Venkatesh told, okay, Vishnu. Okay. And then he went to my home. So the moment he went to my home, so he got in my home, there are two rooms only. Okay. But I didn't confirm that in which room the laptop is. So what he will do, he will check first room. Maybe laptop is there, maybe not. Then he checked the second room. So guys, so he got the laptop in the second room. Okay, so to search every room, how much time he has taken? So imagine that he has taken 5 minutes of time. So to search two room, how much time he has taken? So he has taken 10 minutes. So within 10 minutes, he got the laptop and he came back and he gave me the laptop. This is scenario one. Now scenario two. Imagine that I am taking offline class and we all are sitting in the class only and I miss my laptop in my home. So I asked Venkatesh, can you please go to my home and bring the laptop? So he told, okay, no problem. And he went to my home. So guys, this time in my home, total 500 rooms are there. But on the same manner, I didn't confirm that in which room the laptop is. Then what he will do? He will start searching all the room one by one. Maybe laptop is available in room number 1. Maybe it is available in room number 487. Maybe it is available in 242. It could be at any place. So imagine that the laptop he found was in room number 401. So guys, to search all the 401 rooms, how much time he will take? Average taking 5 minutes for each room. So close to 2000 5 minutes he will take from this calculation. So imagine that now he got the laptop and he came back to the class. Now guys, observe in both the scenario, I didn't confirm Venkatesh that in which room the laptop is. But if the room number of room were lesser, he was responding fast because only two rooms were there. He was responding fast. But if number of rooms were higher, then it was he was taking a longer time to search. On the same manner over here also, if the data volume is lesser, it will respond faster. If the data volume is higher, then it will take a longer time to respond. So OLAP takes a second to minute. Okay. Now, next point is nature of data. So, what is the nature of data, guys? So, nature of the data is that the OLTP it can have or it can handle 30 days to 60 days or 1 year to 2 years of old data. And OLAP it can contain quarter data, month data, and decade data. So, guys, doesn't seem that my words are conflicting because just now I had confirmed that the OLTP it handles day-to-day transactional data. Okay, means technically you can say current data, and here I have mentioned 30 days to 60 days or 1 year to 2 year. What does it mean? So guys, it means that as per ETL requirement, we are keeping current data in the OLTP. That doesn't mean that OLTP cannot handle the historical data. Consider one example. The storage size of OLTP is 5 GB. Okay, so today what is the data flow has happened? So today it happened only 10 KB. Next day 100 MB. Next day 1 GB. Next day 5 KB. Like that, the data flow is happening. So if the data flow is happening like that, then it may take 30 days to 60 days or 1 year to 2 years of data. Okay, and unless and until we will not move the data, it will be there only. Imagine that Manu is working in Wipro for the client Standard Chartered. So as you guys are well aware that in the IT we used to work Monday to Friday. Saturday, Sunday used to be a holiday. Okay, so he was working for the banking project. Saturday, Sunday he is on leave. So that is fine. He is on leave. That doesn't mean, guys, that the Standard Chartered will call all the customer and they will say, please don't do any transaction on Saturday, Sunday because our engineers is on leave." No, we cannot. They cannot pass the message because it will impact their business. Then what will happen? Definitely Saturday, Sunday, some data will get generated, and Manu is on leave. Okay, then what will happen? So guys, unless and until he didn't move the data, it will be there only. Maybe Monday he is not feeling well. He went on sick leave Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, like that 10 days leave he has taken. So that doesn't mean that the data flow will not happen. Definitely it will happen. So guys, the data will be there only unless and until it is not getting moved. So like that, it can handle 30 days to 60 days or 1 year to 2 years of data it can maintain. Or OLAP can handle quarter, month or decade data. Okay. Now deals with, you can see finally I had mentioned over here that OLTP, it handles current data. OLAP, it handles historical data. Size wise, OLAP will handle MB to GB size of the data. OLAP, it will handle GB to TB size of the data. Okay, now activities, it is used for processing purpose. Processing means we are moving the data from OLTP to data mart to data warehouse. Correct? Used for processing purpose. OLAP, it is used for analysis purpose. Means here all the historical data will be there. I want to know in the month of last year, March, which product were in high demand. So from where I will get this information? So it is a historical data. So from the data warehouse only. So OLAP is used for analysis purpose. Number of record. So OLAP, one record at a time. Imagine that Manu has done a transaction of 500 rupees today only, one time. So only one record it will get display at a time. Correct. But on the same manner, what will happen in the OLAP? OLAP, it will have thousands to millions of record. Maybe since 10 year, 10, 1 year, he is doing the transaction. So in 1 year, maybe it will be close to 100 records or 500 transaction. Maybe Manu is the owner of Wipro. Every month he is giving salary to his all the employees. In Wipro, close to 1,20,000 employees are there. So every month 1,20,000 transaction happening, plus vendor details payment, and so many payment he is doing. So in a month, close to 2 lakh transaction will happen. In a year, more than 24 lakh transaction will happen. So like that, where it will be maintained in the OLAP. So it maintains thousands to millions of record. OLTP handles one record at a time. Okay. Now, so that is the difference between OLAP and OLTP, guys. Now anyone, any question?
What this
How
stands
is it
for?
related? Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
How is it related to ETL testing, this OLTP and OLFP?
So it is related because here, first the data will come into the OLTP only, current data. Today,
Yes.
imagine that you guys are working for banking project. So definitely today some transaction has been happened. So where that data will be, it will be in the OLTP only. Okay, current database. And the moment it will become historical data. When it will become historical data? Tomorrow only. So the moment it
Yeah.
will be historical data, it is our responsibility only to move the data from OLTP to OLAP. So this is how both are related for the ETL. Okay, because both maintains data only. One will maintain current data, another maintains historical data. Okay, OLTP, current data, historical data. Okay, this is how it is related.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Now, anyone else also, guys, having any question?
What this stands for OLAP and OLTP? Understand?
So OLTP and OLAP stands for Online Analysis Processing. Okay, and OLTP stands for Online Transaction Processing. Here you can see, I feel here, Online Transaction Processing, OLTP. Okay, and OLAP is Online Analysis Processing, OLAP.
Okay. And how do you differentiate that? So you mentioned that OLTP or OLAP is somewhat, traditional data which we are storing out, right?
Yes.
Whereas OLTP is maintained through is of current data. So how do you differentiate that current scenario? So let's say I'm very new to this, so
Okay.
I supposed to work on this ATL job to do some kind of work. So how do you differentiate that in that case?
So the differentiation will be like, imagine that whatever the transaction will happen, whatever the yesterday transaction has been happened, so it was getting maintained by the database team. Okay, so those team will send us the data. So technically that will be the OLTP data. Those will be OLTP. Means the place from we are getting, that is OLTP. And the place where we will load, that is OLAP, data warehouse. Okay. Moving the data from OLTP to OLAP is our responsibility. So differentiation will be the place where we have loaded the data, that is OLAP, and the place from where we have got the data, that is OLTP.
Okay, makes sense. Yeah, thanks.
Welcome. Okay.
I have a doubt.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Uh, you were talking about the response time for the OLAP and OLTP, right?
Mm-hmm.
For that, you said that if we don't mention the room number, what if we mention? Like if we
If we
give
mention,
filter.
then if we mention, technically it is past index. If index is there, then the table
Mm,
responds faster. If the index is not given, then the table will respond slower. Even though in that scenario also, imagine that
mm,
in the index two pages is there, page number one, page number two. Then
mm,
fast response will happen. Imagine that a book is there, it contains 500 pages. So if I will ask you, come to page number 387, then what you will do,
mm,
hardly it will take minimum 10 second, 15 second it will take, because you know that we have to go for 387, but then also 10 second you will take. But if I will
mm,
say that open the topic from this book which contains normal database, you have no
mm,
idea in which page number. Maybe it is in page number 50, 70, 90, or 100. So here
mm,
very higher time it will take. So it doesn't
mm,
matter if index is there. If index is there, table responds faster. But even though in that scenario, if index is there in both the table, in the small data, or even though the high volume of the data, then also the data which will have the lower volume, it will respond very faster compared to high volume of the table.
mhm.
Okay.
And
If,
also,
Mhm.
how about the data mart? Does it fall under OLAP also? That also?
No, no,
Data
no.
mart.
No, no, no. Data mart doesn't falls under OLAP, because data mart will not contain, means you can say, um, consolidated data. Okay, so
Hmm.
that's why answer
Okay.
no.
Okay. And also, just one more question. Like you said, when we are moving the data from the OLTP, right? What
Mhm.
happens if we don't move and
OLAP,
the
OLAP. We are moving the data
no,
from
no.
OLTP to OLAP.
No, I'm asking if we don't move the data from the OLTP,
Then it will be there only. Then it
how
will be.
long?
So
Like
it will be, yeah, it will be for 30 days. You can say we have discussed 30 days to
then
60 days or 1 year to 2 years. It will be
then
there
what
only.
happens?
After that,
I,
imagine that if it got full, imagine that it
hmm,
got full in 2 years. Okay, then
hmm.
what is the solution? The solution is either we have to move the data from here to OLAP, scenario one,
Otherwise,
or scenario two, we have to create, means not technically we, means database architecture or data modeler, they will create
hmm.
one more OLTP,
Okay.
one more.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
There
Thank
is an
you.
limitation for this OLTP. I mean, you
mhm.
just mentioned the one more OLTP supposed to be created. There is any limitation in that?
No, 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 there is no limitation. There is no
Okay.
limitation. Okay, because data volume is very high. Definitely, we will create it. It will be done. Okay. Okay. No problem. Now, anyone? Any question, guys? Okay. Silence means no question. So till tomorrow, guys, we have the data warehouse topic. Means you can say till tomorrow we will have the theoretical part, and then we are good to start the practical, which is going to start from day after tomorrow. Okay, day after tomorrow we will start the practical part. Okay. Now, anyone, any question, guys? Final call.
Actually, like how we need to take the screenshots or how we'll be sharing the notes, or what is the
Okay.
process?
So for this, you can just contact Kumar. Okay. I will share you
Okay.
the contact number. One nimsa. Mm, just a minute.
The notes, how we will explain, like how we need to prepare. You'll be
No, no,
sharing
no.
the
I will be
notes.
sharing. I will be sharing all the notes. You guys need not to prepare any notes from your side. All the notes will be
Okay.
provided by us only, and you guys have to do the practice for those. You guys have to do the
Okay.
practice. Okay.
Okay.
No, no problem. Now, anyone else also having any question? Okay. So, guys, this is the contact number of Kumar. You guys can contact Kumar. Okay, so he will guide you how to get the recordings of the class, how to get the software, and entire procedure, including enrollment. He will say. Okay. I fill that in the WhatsApp group also. His number is there, so you can just contact him. Okay. Okay, guys, then we are done for the day. Again, we will connect tomorrow, same time, same link. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you. Bye bye.